Hey, we're back. On a road trip, we or I may have had the phone too close to the vehicle or something, but there's a loud beep. And as much as I tried to clear the audio up, even using like some AI tools to try to salvage it, it cleaned it up, but unfortunately, I couldn't. It was unlistenable. And if you actually listened to last episode, which Mr. J might be surprised here. We got 3 downloads already, and it posted yesterday. Like on Podbean, we posted yesterday. Now we're on Apple Music. We are on Spotify. It is on Heart Radio.
List.
We could be on Craigslist. Wrong timing. So I do have a soundboard. I will take a photo of it, and it'll be on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, so you guys can see our terrible and unfortunate setup. I can explain it too. I have a Walmart branded B audio mixer, which was like $30, which is actually works pretty good, like for what it is. And then I have my old DSLR microphone that I use for my old camera. So Mr. J is talking into that one, and then I'm talking into the new little like camera headphone or camera microphone I got with my new camera that I bought 2 years ago for doing videos, YouTube toy videos and stuff like that. So hopefully it doesn't sound good because I'm listening to it as we're talking. So it is what it is. We also need some new chairs. That would be really a nice thing too. We're looking for how much would you like for a chair? Like a really nice one? What, $400?
Well, I mean, yeah, but yeah, but Target's got some nice ones. None of the Walmart crap.
Yeah. So, we want to try to kind of keep this like I want to kind of like do like I don't want to say formatic, but like I want us to be able to have like discussions, but like say, hey, we're going to talk about this, and then we're going to go into I don't want to like rip anybody off because I've been listening to a couple podcasts. I've been listening to like 4 or 5 different podcasts trying to see what kind of like some of them are not nerd, some are like not nerd podcasts, some are just like general podcasts about podcasting, and some have been basically like no, that's the comic version or whatever. A friend of mine got it for me for day or Christmas, like
Earth Day.
Yeah, Earth Day. Every time of the year, like the day you were summoned.
Oh,
yeah, Earth Day. Did I say Earth Day? Well, what are you doing here? You're in there. So I thought we would start off with saying, what did you get this week? Since this is a more toy, this is going to be like a toy movie focused podcast, like pop culture and stuff like that. And Mr. J likes that kind of stuff. I talk about nerdy stuff that he doesn't like. So we kind of balance each other out because he talks about stuff that I could care less about. But it's so interesting. As to listen, it's interesting. Because sometimes he'll bring something up that I don't know anything about. And then I look it up. Oh, that's pretty cool. And then I get into it. So what did you get this week?
Well, you might want to check out this a show called Solo Leveling.
No, seriously. It's a good show. You did the first 5 episodes. And if you don't like it after 5 episodes, you can drop it. I guarantee you.
Bro, you're talking to the guy who only got maybe 20 minutes into like the Resident Evil on Netflix. I was like, no, I can't watch this.
Oh no, this is no. And the nice thing is that I think I do have the options for a third microphone that I can plug in right here. If we ever get a third, co-host or anything like that.
Oh, she could sit there and meow.
Mama, what'd you get this week?
Well, today I actually got I don't know if they call it as Old Man Mumra.
Okay, yeah.
No, not yet. But the thing is I can now, when I get around to displaying the Man Mumra in front of Ever Living Mumra.
I guess go into what you got last week too, since we didn't that audio for at Sioux City. We
picked up the Turtles of Grayskull trade paperback. I don't know if they call it that graphic or whatever. It
would be a trade paperback if it's paperback or either I think it's trade paperback and then it's a graphic novel. I think it's like a hard or it's just called a hardcover.
That and I'm not gonna lie. Since you picked up the Secret Wars 2, see if it because I do have the trade paperback for the Secret Wars. Since if the MCU is gonna bring in Doom and the Doom their own Secret Wars, they might world where they bring
So tell me what the original Secret Wars was.
The Beyonder. I don't think he actually showed his physical form in those particular comics, but basically they brought together like let's see, yeah, the Fantastic Four. Well, most of the Fantastic Four, some X-Men, some Avengers, and I do know I believe that's where Julia Carpenter, the Spider-Woman, was introduced. That's where I think Titania actually got her powers because I think Doom with those superhero teams being or and Spider-Man in Hulk. Well,
like two camps.
I don't know how I got out of comics many years ago when they basically like $5 an issue, and I was like only getting like one issue like a week or whatever, and I was like no, but no, yeah, it's your typical back in like your where you had like people with what's going on with X-Men now. They follow X-Men on Reddit, and some of the stuff like people are bringing up, I'm like, what? No,
I haven't looked up anything.
No, it's. I mean, if people love it, great. I'm glad you. I mean, it's like people talking about like, oh, I like Rise of TMNT, better than this, or like, hey, that's great that you like. I didn't. For me, watching that or just seeing the ads, I never watched it, so I'm not going to bash it because if someone likes it, hey, great, man. I'm glad you like I'm glad it brought you into the Turtles. But I'm like, I didn't like. Straight enough, I didn't really care for the art style that much. And when I found out they did kind of have mystical abilities, that's not my Turtles. But again, like I said, it's okay. That's someone else.
What's her name? In the next mutation, didn't they give her like mystical powers or something when they introduced?
I kind of watched it. Yeah, I honestly don't really remember anything. But again, that doesn't mean. But no, for some reason, what kind of bothered me more than just the art style. But again, I'm not, if someone likes it, cool. I'm glad, I'm glad. I'm not going to bash it because it's, no need for me to. For some reason, just from the ads, I'm like watching this and I go, why did they make Raph like an idiot? Art style, I didn't care for that art style, but, Mutant Mayhem, for some reason, I loved the art style. Weird, I guess. But like I said, people don't like that, and that's great. Just like you got people nowadays, they go, oh, I hate the 87 cartoon. I'm not going to lie, I've been struggling to get through. I've been watching them. And I'm in like the later seasons where they're now traveling the globe.
Season 4 or whatever.
I read something like because they think one of the production companies took over, and yeah, I was like the Red Sky, I think is what they. I'm like, no, and like I said, I mean, even though at the time I was getting kind of older, too old to be really into that, but I still enjoyed watching the shows. And I think like we were talking earlier, but you said you thought they'd ended up canceling and didn't know about the later episodes.
Well, so for me, okay, so like I have the unique, like most people, when they are like, so I was born in '82. It makes you an actual Gen Xer. It makes me an actual like a Zennial.
It makes me old.
It makes me. But no, so most people who were born in my generation within that 82, 81, 80 to 82. Maybe possibly 83 time frame, right around 91, 92, you probably were too old or getting to that point of being too old to watch like those kind of shows. But see, for me, I had the unique thing that happened. My brother was born in 1990. So, when you get left alone, hey, watch your brother. What do? I'm going to show him all the stuff that I was into. So we watched Transformers, Cats. And I think the reason why I never really stuck with Thundercats, since we were talking about it, is because my brother didn't like it. So we just didn't watch it. We stopped watching it. So I never really went back and rewatched it. Transformers I rewatched. And then, of course, a lot of the stuff that my brother got into, like Rugrats, Blue's Clues. What else was like a big hit in the 90s for like kids back then? Like Turtles. My brother loved Turtles. So we watched Turtles. Then Pokemon, like 98. So my brother grew up in the 90s. Where by the late 90s, I was basically a teenager, like almost like going to an adult. But because I had my brother, and unfortunately, like I had to kind of watch my brother a lot, and was kind of a parent. I'm air quoting. I'm sure everybody went through that, or a lot of people went through that phase where their parents were kind of absent because they had their own problems, and then the kids were just left with it. So I took care of my brother, and the only way I could take care of him was just like we just played the same video games. We watched the same shows. So if he was into something, I was into it. Just so we bonded over it. So like you probably never watched Rugrats or Muppet Babies or Blue's Clues.
Babies
stuff.
Was like when I
really was it 80s? Was it 80s? The cartoon, not the puppets.
Google will answer me. Hey Google, the Muppet Babies cartoon come out?
Oh wow, it did come out in '84. Okay, it must have just been running then on Nickelodeon because it was on Nickelodeon all the time. So. Thank you, Google. Google, they can't hear you.
Shut it, Google.
Anyways, so continue. What you got?
Yeah. Well, we were going to go to the vintage store, but they decided to be closed.
what-
D-Wolf.
D-Wolf, yeah. D-Wolf in Sioux City. Please update your Facebook page at least to say when you're going to be closed, so we don't drive down there thinking that I'm going to spend $100 plus on Nintendo 64 and not do it because you were closed. But
I hope they still had that the Marvel Legends Spider-Man, the pizza one where he has like a piece of pizza and a half mask.
he's trying to get you to buy at Starfire.
Oh, it's like I don't know, some kind of demon where I actually have a stuffed Funko one. I think I still have it. It's like a
Oh, is it that ball thing? Like, is it an X-Men, right? Or is it Capcom versus Marvel?
oh no, you're thinking the thing that no, there was he's from the X Marvel versus Capcom, and I think his name now starts with like a G. Basically, in the game, it was named after a creature from the rights to Conan.
Oh, right.
And then once they lost,
Oh, so they kind of changed his name. It was still the same, dude, like Captain Marvel. They couldn't really call the comic Captain Marvel anymore. And then eventually, I think even in the comic, they stopped calling him Captain Marvel. And yeah, actually,
no,
when you're looking for Target, you were looking for the Sword of Power.
Oh snap! At Target, well, that's I did end up getting that. Just to get like a $5 thing. I saw it in the store. I go, so I checked their app. Oh, the app says they actually have it in their store. Sometimes that both like there and like Walmart, like staring right at the product, looking on their app. People saying about things. I did that once with a wanted to get an RC boat for my nieces and nephew to take up to the lake, kind of play around in the water. So I was like, what kind of curious what people say. I know according to the Walmart app, they didn't carry them. But no, so yeah, I got the Sword of Power. Then yeah, I did pick up. I don't know why I want to say Lionel because it's the wrong cartoon. But no, I picked up the Chronicles He-Man from the movie and the movie Battle Cat.
Yeah. So
some jerk grab.
Yeah. So anything else you got this week? So we did last week. So yeah. So just these are like a week. Okay. These are a week behind.
I ended up getting that Starfighter a while back. It's now called Gargantos.
So yeah, and then you got something else that you said you got.
I did order from Hasbro Pulse. I picked up the Zanya, I believe Zartan's daughter. People sit there and say, "Hey, I'm only going to buy like the ones I had as a kid." Well, I didn't have that many as a kid.
Or they just didn't make them.
Well, no. But anyway, it came with the chameleon, the swamp skier that Zartan's figure came with back in the day.
Yeah.
Got her something else too. I can't remember. 3D printed a identity disc.
Well, 82, yeah. I think the film was. And
then a recent purchase, what I believe is coming Monday. I think the person bought on eBay the Diamond Select, Tron, Flynn, and Sart.
Okay.
I was looking at the ones that I think were Walgreen, or maybe there's other ones that actually had like where you actually looked like had like effects where like the disc was they were throwing the discs and stuff. But it's like, let's see, I bought those three, got them for $75. However, the other people on there, it was basically $50 for the ones with like the extra stuff. You go, you know what? I don't need it.
Yeah, that's just
it was.
No. Well, what I see, Sioux City. Well, okay, I got the. Okay, we're starting. Okay, we'll start. Okay, I got obviously I got the Secret Wars cover back of the whole story, the 2015 one. I got so funny. So I wanted to get the DC's books, and I think I found one at Barnes and Nobles. I think it was the War storyline or the War of something. It was like the second book in the series. And then, of course, jumping ahead a little bit, we went to Starfighter. Shit, her jingle, it's picking it up. That's my cat. If you guys are hearing little jingles in the background, that's like shaking her head. Anyways, so I ended up going to Starfighter, and they had all of them. But then the other one I needed, they only had it in hardback. I don't want to have them like all paperback and one in hardback. But then they had the box set like $100, and I was like, well, I'll just get the box set. So now I have an extra. I have an extra one. So. What else did I get a Star Grayskull? I did get a random magic pack, which I didn't open yet, which I forgot to open. It's magic set as of the recording of this podcast, so I don't really know what's it. Oh no, what that sound was. Anyways, maybe I'll leave it in. Who knows?
Yeah,
leave it in
because it makes it real.
Makes it real. Anyways, yeah, I'm listening to the audio, so and it's kind of echoing a little bit, but hopefully it's not doing actual video recording. Anyways,
Can't wait to learn the fighting style of Johnny fucking Cage.
Johnny fucking Cage.
Oh, what's the matter? You don't plug in your cord into the wall? First, mine's probably dead by now.
Mine's still good. I haven't charged it in a month, but I don't use it all that often. But no, I do have a cable somewhere that I can plug into. Actually, what's funny is I did have a cable plugged into my Switch because I bought a custom dock, the shell, and I had to take mine apart and put the chip apart. It's hilarious how much empty space that thing has, and just put it inside and screw it together. I actually, it's probably gone now. I think it is gone, but I actually did a video. Like, Shane was over Pork Chop. Oh yeah, Pork Chop. That's probably why he thought me. It's true. That was his name. He was the one who told us that. That is right. But anyways, yeah, we did a video where we took it, disassembled it, the switches.
No disassembled.
Yeah, Johnny 5 today too. Anyways, and so what's funny is I'd plug in this like a USB cable into my Switch and then plug my Xbox controller or my PS5. I did get the Goliath 2-pack from Gargoyles, which I have not opened yet because I was like, where am I going to display it? And I have figured out where I'm going to display it, which means I need to take down my X and put them somewhere else. Because I also have like the riser thing to like step, so have them up high or whatever.
So that's what I was good.
They're called cake decorating.
Like cupcake tiers or something.
Yeah, you don't really fit on the shelf. Yep.
No, because here's the thing. Like I lost episode, but I think I told you if you're because I've got all the actual gargoyles plus Demona, like the main five,
right?
Five of the main ones. Never because we can never remember her name. I think her name was.
Oh, she had the.
Anyway, never because I think I know Xanatos because that was I couldn't remember his name last time, but Xanatos was
the villain.
Yeah, and he came with Demona's folded wings.
So. But that's
that kind of to me that kind of makes sense. But then my problem is like, why did Bronx come with Goliath's wings? So since Bronx is considered
I wonder if it's a
Hudson's dog. So why would he not come with Hudson's wings, folded wings?
Yeah, I wonder if it's a parts count thing, like, or they aren't like they hit, but then they can swap it in with this figure because it has less part count, but then they can still charge the same price. And then you add
Elisa? No, too, but no, she came with Brooklyn wing pulled up. Like I said, that's what I was going to do. I was just like, hey, I got a cabinet, or well, not a cabinet, shelf, whatever. I thought I would put them up top, and I was going to have because I was testing it out one time. I saw them standing there, basically I could only get like two of them on there.
Oh, because how big the wings are.
You can move them up and down. It'd be great if I would pay a few bucks more if they each came with their own folded wings.
Oh, because you were talking about like the people who showed like they heat them up or whatever.
Yes, back when they were first coming out, yeah, they would heat them up with like a and that wouldn't be. I don't say heat gun for sure, but and then they kind of not wrap them around the character, but
just bend them
so that they're had a smaller shelf space.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to do that because then if you decide you want it, you can't probably bend them back. Probably made out of whatever, PEC or PCE, PVC, yeah. So I also a couple things that I did get. Good at Starfighter. I did get Project Hail Mary novel, which is by my nightstand, but I haven't read it yet because every time I go to read it, so I haven't started reading. I haven't read it yet, but it is by my nightstand for reading time. What else did I get? I feel like I spent so much money on there. I can't. Like Ross, yeah, which was $20. It was half off. Yeah. Oh, and then I also got I got Battle Cat too. I also got Battle Cat from. Did I buy a Transformer while I was there?
No.
I was looking at it, but there was no. Oh, that's right. And then speaking of Transformers, and then I also got in. I got it in the day before Winter Sin City. I got Scavenger from Dreamstar. So now I have the entire Dreamstar Devastate. And then all I'm waiting for now is for them to eventually, whenever, Prowlinator, which is the whole reasoning I wanted to get that set.
Speaking of Transformers, someone on the 3D printing site, Maker's World, part of I think it's an 86 inspired Volcanus.
Oh, is it parts to combine the 86 Dinobots together?
Well, I don't believe so. I think he's actually right now. At least the one I saw, he printed out Snarl. Right?
Which one?
Snarl.
Snarl, yeah, Snarl.
It basically, you got the left leg where you just print it, and I think I was reading through it on Reddit, and someone said the person had the left leg and I think like the chest piece, but they showed like a picture, and evidently the head's way too small.
Oh, you're right. Well, so people always argue with combiners. The reason why the heads are small to give them more like they have like a large presence of the head piece. The commonest, right? No, the reason why I mentioned that was because Magic Square, when they did their set of Dinobots for the Legend Scale set, then randomly they released a Volcanicus set, and people were like, "Oh, wait a second!" So basically, they sneakily made, the Dinobots, they transform the robot to Dino mode, and no instructions for combining because they don't combine in G1. Like I don't, I want to say the first time officially they transfer, because I think in the comic, I don't think it was IDW, but I think it's some comic they eventually do have them combining the Volcanicus, which is where it's from. But I think for animation wise, the very first one was actually, I want to say it was Earthspark. They might have been Cyberverse too. Dinobot team combined.
Is that what you're talking about?
That is what I'm talking about. Yeah. The platform. Yeah, and then so the other thing I wanted to talk about, since we're brought it up back to this year, so I did buy Astro the studios. Now I bought it simply to do a review for it. I don't have. I would have to borrow yours. You don't care the seed one.
Oh,
like size. Never got the. I never. There was a 3-pack. Was it a 3-pack or a 3-pack or 4-pack of Earthspark, or not Earthspark, but War for Cybertron figures. It had like Astro Train, it had Shockwave, and I think it had Starscream, and then I think it had Blitzwing. Like it was like for like $120, and I was like,
there was a set that I might still either coming up for pre-order or coming up for sale, or I don't know why, because like it came up for Siege, it was called Refractor, and I had planned on, since you could actually legit buy 3 of them and then transform them into the camera.
Oh right, yeah.
Well, I did that and never got around to buying the other 2 because that's like back when they were like cheap too.
Now they were like what, $15?
Yeah, I think nowadays
it'd be $27 for
no,
that.
no,
Deluxes, right?
That was more like the $40 ones nowadays.
So okay, so deluxes are the 27 now, right?
Yes.
And then Voyagers would be basically the larger ones, and those ones would
be
and then leader classes are 55 now.
But anyways, I've seen it at GameStop once, and I saw it a couple times, and then when I actually had the money, that I didn't have to use for adulting, I picked up with their still having a box. I like the box, is cool, but have them on displayed. I want to have it displayed as the camera, the reflector, that figure that I have. But anyway, so I was planning on buying 3. Never got around to doing that. Because I have a camera with all 3 of them together. Mm-hmm. One was blue, one was.
I seen it.
Anyway, then there was the I can't remember what it was. Skywarp was part of it, and then it was like the reflector. All 3 of them turned into one camera.
So when I was in Vegas, there's a store there called Brad's Toys and Collectibles. Like they have four stores there. But they have their main store, which is like they have a whole bunch of crap or whatever. Anyways, 2 years ago when I was there, they had that box set that had all 3 of them from Earthbound, and I think they wanted like. I was like, I don't want to do that. And then the next year and they also, ironically, they also had the Masterpiece scale version of the Green Seeker. Oh my god, Sandstorm.
What do they call that trio? Like Storm,
Acid Storm. Maybe the Sandstorm, but it was the green one. The box was all jacked up. They only wanted like $65 for it. Like, well, because in that year I bought Skywarp. It has Skywarp. No, it was but anyways, I bought the Masterpiece Skywarp. I actually wanted the Starscream because it came with like Coronation stuff.
Oh, okay.
I wanted that one, but because it was 200. Like, so I know I bought the Skywarp, and anyways, so I was like, okay, if next year if they have Acid Storm or Sand, And they still had it. And it was a whole year. Like, literally, like, I went in September, I think, one year. And the next year I went in August. Because I think September went for my aunt's birthday before dad's birthday in August. So that's when I'll buy it. And last year, not last year, but the year before that, so 2 years ago, I was like, they had reflector, yeah. And then last year when I went, I was like, if they have reflector, I'll buy it. Guess what? Reflector. They didn't have any star screen. Anyways, so you're collecting the Studio Series, correct, for the '86 movie?
It's one of those things where my main thing, and then of course the
Prices have gone up.
price has gone up. So I'm going to do it. Like I'm going to try to do like a lot of other things I like He-Man, the Master.
Remove other stuff, yeah.
Well, or like He-Man's gone away from the Masterverse, which they have some really neat characters. I don't know if I'm full all in for the Chronicle line, but like I said, I'm planning on at least picking up the Skeletor from.
Oh no, the He-Man, like it's pretty good for the video.
No, as far as like the movie line goes, probably looking at least Skeletor. Just seeing the pictures of the evil end doesn't. I mean,
ants, man. I get it. Like, it was funny. What's funny? It's like, oh, sexism, right? So we put her in a pants. We put Tila in pants. We can't have them in skirts. So we put He-Man in a loincloth. That's okay.
No, I was like, yeah, like Masterverse is kind of. Well, they didn't say it's canceled for sure per se, but it's like
I think they're just rebranded
on the back burner. So with the other like Chronicle figures, if they look cool enough, like I picked up the Scareglow, and I said watched Pim's Dan's video and and also Robo Don't Know's video on them, and basically they go for a character called Scareglow, it only has head glowed in the dark.
Oh right, yeah.
So, but the Origins figure, and I think one of the Origins figure, I don't know if anyway, his whole thing, he did glow. His
whole chest and everything,
bones and all that stuff glowed. I believe the one from Masterverse, which I did get from Metallic Creations version, because if you open up the box, it like lights up.
Oh right.
But anyway, I think he glowed, but his like chest glowed a little bit, but not as much as the Origins. But depending on what they do with like other figures, if they're cool enough, maybe I'll pick them up randomly.
So since we're on that subject real quick, so obviously they're gonna release all the movie ones, and we'll probably get the other characters later on next year or later this year, like Ram Man. Well, I think I've seen
Ram Man, Fisto. It's a 2-pack on Amazon.
And then who else is in the movie? Fisto.
Yeah, 2
like maybe later. And then
they did have the like $10 version, like the core, I think.
Yeah, the core ones. Yeah, those. Then what else is there? We're probably gonna have Beastman.
Not the Chronicles.
Well, they got like I'm talking about Chronicle size, like deluxe, I guess we call it. Who else is in the movie? Spiker.
I did see the Origins figure of that.
Faces is.
I don't know if he's in the movie or not. I haven't seen anything official, but that doesn't.
You're
talking about Roboto.
Roboto, yep.
And actually, it's a female.
It's a robot. I don't care. It's a robot.
Yeah, no, that's a
female robot. I mean, robot defines a female. Okay, that's cool. You're a robot.
Well, no, it's voiced by.
Oh, it's voiced. Oh, you know how many like you find out like Ash Ketchum is voiced by a female.
Yeah, and so is Frieza.
Frieza's well, yeah. I think both. Because the reason when they went back and redid Kai, they got a different voice actor, which is fine. It's about the same voice. So here's the thing. So if
you could also maybe comment that he needs to put the Dino box up.
To be fair, I can show you many clips from the show where they are in robot mode.
Everyone knows that Pete Grimlock does better than in Dino mode.
Yeah, and you do know they made the Dinobot dumb in the movie. It was funny, they weren't dumb in the show. Like, I've been watching the show. They were actually pretty smart. I mean, they're still kind of dumb. But, like, Grimlock did not act like, me, Grimlock, smart. Like, they didn't, like, you know how they did in the movie. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they kind of made them dumb after that.
Oh, I remember I was watching it because I was able to get the first season off of Voodoo or Fandango or Home Now. I don't know why they don't have the other seasons, but I was actually watching Room One over a couple of days. Probably my favorite.
Yeah. What's funny,
but no, I believe they weren't quite as dumb, but then again, it's they had to actually make them, or no, they had to smarten them up from their first appearance because they were too wild. So they made them slightly smarter.
Yeah. Okay. So what's another get to for this?
Studio Series 86.
No. Before I get to that, I was gonna say, like, with the Chronicle lines, like, obviously they're gonna release all the movie figures, and they'll start releasing like obscure characters that appear like me, because Mattel's been pretty good at releasing everybody. Like when they do like Evil Origins, they release everybody. when they did the
Well, they're-
cartoon. I'm pretty much. I think they released everybody, even like those obscure characters that showed up in one episode, right? If they start releasing like say Chronicle versions of like original humans, which is stuff.
Again, like I said, the Turtles of Grayskull line, I wasn't all in on all of those stuff. I didn't. But when I seen, like, for instance, I had seen, I think Pixel Dan and Robo Don't Know, and did like well, not all three of them together, but they did both did like, videos talking about like the upcoming releases and stuff. And during their, like, when they were showing the pictures that they were, or were available on, and Skeletor, I don't like him. I'm not going to pick him up. So I did, because I saw him in person and go, oh, yeah, that's pretty cool. However, Teal as a source, you go, I like that. I'm going to pick it up. And I saw her, in hand. It's like, no, I don't like her.
Yeah, they might like for the movie version. She might have a skirt at some. So it might just be the marketing. If we're only seeing what they're.
Oh no, it's all based on concept.
Like in the show, in the movie, they showed her like walking in pants. Tila, they showed her in pants. I'm okay with that because I feel like I don't know, a lot of people didn't like the Revelation, whatever. Kevin Hart, Kevin Smith didn't like it. We can have a whole discussion about that, but I'm fine with it. Just Tila should be in the shirt. Anyway, so let's get to the 86 stuff. Okay, so
yeah, like you were asking me, at one time I was like out for everyone. Then after a while, again, price hikes and stuff, and I'm like, so I think I told you already, since I've already got Thundercracker, Starscream. No, I'm not. But I will finally get Sky. I will get Sky Warp.
Because what would be different about it? It'd be just a Sky Warp, or it'd just be like that Thundercracker mold.
Well, it'd be the same mold.
The same mold,
with a smirking face.
Yeah, and then
which if I've Transformer subreddit, there have been people have gotten like different faces up. So either like for where they're being made, like over in China, whatever factory, they're putting on the wrong faceplate.
Oh, right. Oh, the other thing too is because coordination Starscream was a meter class because it came with a chair.
I believe, yeah, he was like $50, something like that. Anyway, like I said, and then for whatever reason, I've decided I want to pick up Chronicles, and I thought, again, trying to, because I'm one of those people that, well, I think I want to display them, but I don't. I mean, I'm one of those people that I have no issue like if you had all your figures like standing on risers and then just in their like vanilla poses. Again, through Reddit, you see like so many people like,
yeah, your shelf is scratched. That's what a lot of people say. Your shelf, or go to what do they call it? Excuse me, pardon me. Excuse me.
Well, no, because like sometimes, like, okay, I guess I follow these guys on social media. Beeves, that had Robo was over, and they done an hour-long tour of his toy room, and he was like, he said this, that some of it did have kind of pose, some of it was basically where he's got so many, he just stands in there. And like I said, I think when I was first displaying, that's why I just with them just standing there.
Yeah.
Now, like I said, pick up a Chronicles. I've already got to put this on from the Earthrise line. I got like the Studio Series 86. And I have a couple of little ones. One's from, I think it was like Titan Return. And then I bought one. My first ever order from Big Bad Toy Store was a Shark Con that I haven't box like Depper Star C that I ever gotten. Mm. And so basically the only difference is the Titan Return was the same mold as the one I bought from Big Bad Toy Store. However, the one from Big Bad Toy Store had chrome parts on it.
Oh, okay.
So like I said, I will probably try to somehow find a way to display them, kind of like that scene. But
you could probably just 3D print like a little like staircase or something for planets and have the shark that comes in the water or something. Okay, so a lot of these, like I'm out. I'm done. I mean, if I see a Skywarp in the store, I might get it. I might.
Like I said, I'm just going to do it just to finish off the OG.
I'm not displaying my Studio Series stuff, so I'm not like, Cyclonus, all new pre-orders. These are $32.99.
Me, I'm not gonna lie, I'm happy. I have
Kingdom. I have that's the one they really.
And they said there was the. Here's the thing. I don't think I have.
Did you not get that one?
I don't remember.
Yeah,
I do know.
It's really good too. It was really good. Figures were really good back then.
No, I'm trying to remember. I can't remember if I did pick them up or not. I might have. I know I had years ago when we had a Toys R Us. I picked up the comics. To me, was really weird, but it was the 2-pack of Hot Rod. I believe they actually called him Rodimus, either Rodimus or Rodimus. I think it's called Rodimus because think that's his, and it was him and Cyclonus. Where it showed the fight inside Unicron between Cyclonus and Hot Rod. Our program starts soon.
Hato Rato. It was so Hot Rod. No, so his Japanese name was Hot Rodimus. Because Optimus Prime wasn't called Optimus Prime, it was called Convoy. So I think so when he transformed into a Prime, he was called Hot Rodimus. For whatever, what's weird is, so my understanding, like at least in animation, they can't call him Hot Rod anymore. Like they don't have legal name, they don't have the right to name him. That's why, like in Robots in Disguise and like any other time, like Hot Rod has appeared, he's been called Rod. But for some reason, I think they still have the toy license because they have 86 movie. They have the rights and likeness that character. But like if they try to do like they want to say Earthspark, they want to introduce Hot Rod, they can't call him Hot Rod. They have to call him Rod, which is weird. But anyways, okay. So now here's one that I find hilarious because he's a peg warmer right now, or at least his brother is a peg warmer since last Christmas. Bumblebee. So Clip Jumper is sold out.
I'm good with my buzzworthy.
But you know what I mean, though, right? Like I am too. I have the Earthrise. It might be the buzzword, probably. Yeah, I mean, though,
I got mine off eBay for.
But you get what I mean, though. Like that's crazy. It's sold out. But like Bumblebee's just sitting on. He's been sitting on shelf.
But here's a funny thing about that one is people were griping about his when he transforms, he could have like all black armor.
And then here's another one that they have released already. Blitzwing.
Again, I think
it was like they released that one under Kingdom, and then Legacy.
They did a Legacy, but no, it was also an Earthrise.
Line because a lot of those figures they were like Galvatron was released, and they were like, they were like, oh, they also are part of. They can also be stand-in for the studio series because they didn't have enough. They couldn't we can't justify doing a studio series Galvatron and a Kingdom Galvatron and being the same thing. So they just made it. They did eventually. They have eventually. Well, I mean, at the same time, like releasing them at the same time. Which one are you gonna buy? You're probably gonna buy the studio series, right? Astro Train, which I bought. Train mode and just sitting because the only thing that I think is cool about it is the smoke. I think that is pretty cool.
Like I said, again, once the thing people aren't wrong. I don't like the fandom, whatever. Like the collectors and stuff aren't wrong. If you're gonna sit there and show like a figure, make sure it's transformed correctly.
Yeah.
And I don't know. For me, the one put off is like, yeah, you got a toy, then you have like a lot of deco on, and I'm pretty. For me, it's the feet look really weird.
Yeah, you know what's funny?
I know it's part of the transformation stuff.
Well, no, what's funny is I think Emgo, when he did his review, he actually pointed out that the G1 Astro Train is more accurate than the studio. That's the train mode. Like train mode is not accurate at all. Like it looks like a train, but it's not the train that was in the booth, which is crazy because I think the Seed is more G1 accurate than this thing. And this was supposed to be the representation of that. Right? Shockwave, also a leader class, $42. No, deluxe class. Honestly, it looks like that one they did a couple years ago, like the one, or it might have been Seed.
I know.
Paint on it, like all those figures had like the
battle damage
on them and stuff.
No, I know I have the other studio series one from the Bayverse movies.
Oh, you mean the Bumblebee? Oh, that was a micro one they did.
Yeah, no, well the Shockwave, but the Shockwave that had like the.
No, he was Shockwave, but he had he was like turned into a tank. Like his ult mode was a tank. I don't think he ever turned into a tank, but his ult mode, yeah, it was called Shockwave. And then we already talked about Kranis. Let's do rapid fire because somebody was just stupid. Wheeljack.
I do have a Wheeljack already.
It's the same mold.
I don't know.
Just painted different.
No, the thing is, I don't remember which series that one was.
I have the Earthrise one.
I don't. I wanted to do when I had the Dino, got like the main 3 Dinobots. The first ones, Grimlock, Slag, and Sludge. And I'm sorry, I know it's an offensive term, but
what did they change it to?
Slug. And I do know that I don't know.
It's a British slang term.
Yeah, that's why, because the Slag, I think his name.
Change it there.
Just that his name is actually like the stuff that's left over, like when you do like metal, like
the anime when they did it. Like the
no, because it's like slag, like the leftover, like when you're melting down metals, like the stuff that floats on top of like the magma metal, it's called slag. However, yes, in Europe or England for a term.
Right.
I also can appreciate the fact that like in like I don't know if it was IDW or it was one of the comic series where RC, so I think one of the Dinobots asked him, why you change name, and it basically slags that RC told him it was a negative term, so he decided to change his name. But so
they did change it
in universe they did change it to make sense. So that might whatever, but still,
right.
no. But I wanted to do simple stupid toy photography where, but I think at the time I didn't have like a decent prime. Well, now I got a prime in the box, but
I have a couple primes.
I have a problem. No, but anyway, I was gonna have like said I watched them go videos to transform them. I even did that with Swoop, the flight stand. I think I showed you a picture of it one time.
Yeah, I had a flight stand. They'd be in Dino mode.
But no,
that's the reason I never.
I was gonna have like the Dino box. Well, actually, I think even before that, in their dinosaur mode, and I have like Wheeljack and Red Papas of the Dino bots. Have them kind of standing next to them, and have like Prime looking, and try again. Not all Transformers have like the movable fingers.
Yeah, usually they have like the Kravis hands. Kravis hands. Open.
Anyway, I was gonna have like Prime's hand. I just where it looks like they're doing the thing. And
yeah, and then Sunstreaker, the same old Zerfred, just painted.
I'm not gonna lie. I have like a shitload of I'm like, why did I buy this?
It was he was
okay. Back then, justify that they were actually cheaper. Like if it's the same thing today, it'd be like $28 for that. Nah, that's right. No, because I have I think all like the Prowl. I think it was Prowl, Blue Streak, more that use the same.
Some of them are okay.
You know what? Maybe I do have a Sideswipe. That's the red one, right? I wanted to do a fun video like what's in the tote. I could bring over tote to transform. Like, oh yeah, okay, this is.
Oh right, I mean that was probably good, yeah. And then this one's probably just mute, but it's in stock again because it comes with Astrotrain Snarl, which I'm not gonna lie to you, maybe just the photo, but it looks like it's colored differently. The color just look more. It could just be the photo.
I remember Snarl off Big Art CMB store.
And then there's what was the MT? So you have the Scourge, which I've had 3 opportunities. There was a Scourge in Sioux City, wasn't there?
Yeah,
that was what I was. Yep, that was.
You need to buy it.
What's the difference? It's pointy.
You have a sweep. That's not Scorch.
Nobody's gonna know.
No, you have fucking Thundercracker. You don't have bomb. Oh no, sorry. No, it's not. You don't have. You don't have Skywarp, so you can't be a Scorch.
Yeah. And then Houghton, which is still Target exclusive, isn't it?
Yeah, well, because that's the.
Oh, and then Pulse, but it's sold out on Pulse. So
no, that's the one. If I see it in store, maybe because
it's my 4th favorite Autobot. So
from the big babers back and rewatching G1, I didn't
even know that was supposed to be. I didn't even connect it. That's how different the character was. I thought it was supposed to be like, oh, it's just another Ironhide, but it's not. Because that I was like, and then someone was like, oh,
Age of Extinction, right?
Yeah, Age of Extinction, and Last Night. Yeah, it was in Last Night.
Was he?
Yep.
I don't think
we just had different old because Drift was a blue Nagati car in Extinction, and then in Last Night he was a black. That's the one I have. I got both. Oh no, I think I have the blue one because for some reason the Studio series they didn't do them as triple changers because if they did them as triple changers, they had to do them as leader classes, and then they wouldn't scale properly. So for Drift, they did for whatever reason.
No, wasn't Dino? Wasn't he the one? The green one?
Dino was the green one, which I don't know.
Looks like he had like a long coat.
Yeah. No, that was the one with the coat. That was oh my god. I skipped on that one too. I saw the toy. I was like,
well, okay, I get it. You can't do it. We saw it with the last big GameStop with the barricade, the Studio Series barricade from the. I don't know which one of the movies it was from.
Oh yeah, it was Age of Extinction, and I don't remember he was in that movie.
You know, the thing that I looked at, I go, I mean, I'm sorry, but
it's just the same old. Just
well, no, because I want to say I thought he was actually bigger when they first came out, but
I have the original. I have the original barricade from the 07 line, but And then I have the Studio Series 1, the Studio Series, but also too the Prime
I know
is a leader class that's like this big, but then the movie one is like tiny.
No, and I do know that a lot of times they were trying to.
Did you ever get Soundwave?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
And you did get Wind Charger. I don't know why, but I did eventually buy a Blaster, and which is funny because no, I gave you Randhorn, but it was the reissue or whatever,
yeah.
right? Which would they? I'm not buying another Perceptor. I'm not buying it. I don't need it that. The tapes aren't even that great.
Yeah, that's my disappointment with Soundwave.
They're really small. They're like
no, the fact that they didn't even bother putting like the OG. I do have. Did I buy? Yes, I think I did buy the not reproductions, but the retro cassettes.
I did too.
No, but I wonder.
And it's one because you can't tell the difference.
If I wonder if that Laserbeak would fit in the Studio Series 6. Do you have a Studio Series 6?
It's so.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I do have it.
Oh, so you give me my. We'll do that.
I have things separated for us now.
We'll do a what's in the tote. Yeah.
We could do like a monthly show. I could do like a monthly show, like what's in the tote.
Or just
bring a tote over.
Bring a tote over, and we could film all day, or well, not all day, but whatever.
Yeah.
Because I can show you I have only 2 of my original Transformers. Blaster with I think if I still have his gun somewhere, the back half was busted off. I remember having that Soundwave. Though I don't know what happened to him. Weirdly enough, I found either his gun or his cannon, his shoulder cannon.
Oh yeah, the only original.
And I still love the fact that they turned into batteries you could plug into batteries. Yeah. No, but
I think Soundwave did the same thing.
No, that was the Soundwave. His gun and his cannon
were batteries. So the only originals that I have for G1 actually had that somehow made through this time, and I found them when my dad does was Rodimus Prime, but missing all the accessories. I had the trailer and then the guns, and then I ended up buying a set of accessories from here in town. I won't say the name. But I bought a box accessory. I was missing like the pants that goes onto the long haul, like for like the Devastator mode, like the crotch plate or whatever you call it.
Oh,
because you know how it had the piece that plugged in, so you can plug in strap for a Mixmaster, and then you had like a little crotch piece that plugged in. Anyways, what else was I missing? And then I found in box because my mom bought it for me and forgot to give it to me. Soundwave, but so it wasn't the actual. It's not the original G1 release, but it was the Classics release. But it was the same mold. They were just releasing the same mold again, but in updated packages. I think I bought that one too. That's the one I have. And the one thing I have the box. Why sticker? Yeah, they still have the stickers. But I do remember someone. I think I joked once on Facebook, some collector's thing. I was a part of it one time. Yeah, someone re-gifted me this. Got a free Titan figure from me, and he's complaining. Oh no, I wasn't playing. I was just making it a joke. Why'd you give it to me? I didn't want to put the stickers on there. No, that's not the reason why. No, that's what you do. No, because I thought, because one, it was always sitting on the because I didn't have anywhere to display it, and I was getting annoyed with it. And you had mentioned that you wanted to get a Stickicon. And I was like, I think I gave it to you for your birthday one year. No, or maybe. Yeah, so you bought me. Again, nowadays, $100 for that Metroplex at Toys R Us. Which one? Oh, no, I wouldn't mind getting one of those, but at the same time, I'm not going to. No, I got spoiler alert, I worked at Toys R Us at the time. No, but I got 10%. I remember the Metroplex, and for some reason, I think at the time, what are they at? The just Titan class. Those people super got solid offer. One less thing you have to pack up. For the Nemesis? Yeah. And I'm glad I didn't get it because it was same ship form, and I'm like, okay, where am I going to put it? Like I've told you, one time my younger niece was pretty good at crafting and stuff. I was going to have her try to make, I think it was pink, probably Home Depot, Menards. I want to say it was like a... No, stuff that you put up in the attic, to keep it. Oh, geez, I couldn't tell you. Never have. Living in Vegas. No, clear form.
No, I'm saying that probably won't help you. The one was like the Pink Panther stuff.
Oh god, yeah. I know what you're talking about.
There's like a foam board that people use for like crafting.
Yeah, it's yeah, I know what you're talking about. It's like foam board, but it's like pink on the inside and you break it. So let's shift to movies. So, did you want to talk about let's talk about the Guardians of the Galaxy movie from like 2 years. No, it was 2 years ago. It was 2 years ago. So, do you want to talk about the Mario Galaxy? I don't remember anything about that. I gave my review on it, and I had to kind of like I Wikipedia some shit. Oh, okay, that's what happened. So that I could write a review for it.
No, I don't want to say it's quite forgettable. It was a good movie, but it's one of those things where we were in a small theater, and it's one of those things where yes, it's a kids movie, but
everybody had to sit next to it.
well, no, we should wait 10 minutes and went to XD. But
Yeah.
anyway, no, but anyways, it's the kind of thing I said about Mortal Kombat, but Mortal Kombat it had like branch storylines, but yet not too branch. Like with the Mario movie, for a kids movie, you had the Rosalina thing going on.
Well, that was the central plot.
Then you had the Bowser Mario Brothers thing going on for a bit. Bowser and Koopa Jr.
Yep, the father and son getting back together to.
Then it was
Peach and.
Well, then there was the Mario, Luigi, Toad.
And Peach.
Well, then
We're
they
off to go find. Then you also had the subplot with Mario and Bowser and Luigi and Yoshi. Then they split off, and then you brought in Star Fox and Fox in the Cloud, which was the only thing I was like, oh, I have that movie now, please. Thank you.
No, but like for me, it's like for like a kids movie, your branch
is a lot for kids.
It's the same thing, kind of a little bit about Mortal Kombat 2. Still kept pace, but because one of those things, if you had like, let's say you had like Johnny Cage and some of the other guys, they're splitting off. It wasn't quite, as like many like it wasn't like 10 minutes, 15 minutes, doing this story arc. It's like maybe 5 minutes, and then it's like back to this part, or they're back together.
When does Street Fighter come out? I think it'll be interesting.
Hey Google, when does the movie Street Fighter come out?
Okay, in October. Wow. Okay. So anyway, so in October we'll talk about because at that point we will have Mortal Kombat 1995, Mortal Kombat Annihilation, Mortal Kombat 2021, Mortal Kombat 2 2026, Street Fighter 7.
I don't believe
94. 94.
Hold on. Hey Google, when did the first Street Fighter movie come out? I will say,
and we're not counting the Legend of Chun-Li movie. We're not counting. But I think it's hilarious that we're gonna have the original Street Fighter, and then a reboot, and then we have an original Mortal Kombat 1 and 2, and then a rebooted Mortal Kombat 1 and 2. And if they make Mortal Kombat 3, dude, you know what they should call it? They should call it Mortal Kombat. They should release Mortal Kombat 3 and not have Scorpion in it for whatever reason, and then re-release it a year later, like they did Spider-Man, and then call it Mortal Kombat 3 Ultimate, and then have the Scorpion team. Well, I mean, have him in the movie, but then just cut him from the release, and then piss everybody off, and then re-release it as the Ultimate version. Because that would be a really nod to the fans, because that's what they did in the freaking game. They were, we're not gonna have Scorpion in this game, and people were like, why? And then the game didn't do well, so they're like, oh, we'll just bring it back.
No, but when your magnets in your fridge, your little Megan one that says you should probably laugh because shouldn't you be dead?
Oh.
Shouldn't you be running? Should you be running?
God, that movie was terrible. I don't remember anything about it.
Wait,
Megan 2, 2.0. All I remember is that they didn't trust her, and then she saved
the robot. Then how I remember
into one of the she uploaded herself into one of those kids robot toys. Like,
that was funny.
Making like does like the eyes. And
no,
stuff,
but I'm talking about I want a new body, and I want to be like it's one of those things where clearly because the actress who played her in the first one was back, and it's one of those things I like.
Yeah, right. I mean,
it's just like the whole thing with you want to call it the problem with them waiting so damn long to do like Stranger Things seasons.
Oh yeah, I don't believe that they're in high school. Yeah, high school, yeah.
Because I think they're
middle school when it starts, and they end up in high school.
And all the time between like the first season, the second season, like they have like 11 going in like the pizza shop, freezer with the water. Bro, there's no way you're gonna hide those two things. They're there.
Right. Yeah.
You can't hide them.
I only watched the first 2 seasons of Stranger Things, and that's my Stranger Things. I think season 4 was
they went a little too far, and then season 5, I don't know what they were doing.
Well, I'm going that whole
I mean, they had some cool
the
fights.
whole movie thing was like the thing they released in the theaters for the one weekend, and I watched it and go.
I don't know if I did. I think I did.
I think I thought, and I go, and I was just why watch it. I go, this is stupid.
Yeah, the only thing that came out of season 5 that I thought was interesting, but then they didn't go anywhere with it, was Will being connected to the Hive and having powers, and only had powers once the Mind Flayer was gone. He lost power. I thought that was a cool concept, but they didn't do anything with it.
Have you watched the new cartoon, the 5 or whatever? No, it's on your mom.
I mean, they'd be dead by this point. But reaction. Yeah, no. So Mortal Kombat, and my bad. I looked at the time and it said 11:30, and I said, "Oh yeah, we can record and go to 11:30 showing." 11:30 showing. It was 12:55. So that's up to you. If you want to
Do some run around and
I still want to see it again because it needs to have money because I watched them. I was gonna go last Sunday, but anyway, which thing? Like on streaming. Like besides like that you thought they had.
Oh no, it wasn't.
Or it just wasn't. It just kind of threw you off.
To me, it's one of those things I noticed, but it wasn't like again, like I said, where it's like kind of this group for too long.
Oh right, because they kind of like
because it kind of went on. They did the match. They kind of would cut back to like no.
No, eat more cheese.
No, I can't have cheese. Is this better? So yeah, no, I can't have cheese. I don't know if I'm lactose intolerant, but I'm allergic to it. So anyway,
don't make you cheesecake.
No, I sinus with yo.
That's just something else too. Okay.
But no, aside, again, I think we said it last week. You said it where like it didn't take itself too serious.
No, it didn't.
And that's why I'm hoping it was the same thing with just watching the trailer for Street Fighter. That movie itself doesn't look like it's going to take itself too serious. I mean, come on, you got Ken fighting a car.
Oh yeah, and I like how they do it's like an MTV thing, and he's just like just beating the car up on it. Cool. The thing that what I find funny about Street Fighter is so the first Mortal Kombat trailer came out, and it was fine. It looked like they fixed some stuff, and I thought it was interesting that I mean obviously you want to showcase you have a big name actor playing Johnny Cage, you want to center him and not have the actor who played Cole Young be center. That's fine, we didn't really think he was gonna die in the second one by the first trailer, but I thought what was interesting was that after the Street Fighter trailer came out, then they released not like right away, but then when they released the official Mortal Kombat trailer, they went all in. They went in and they threw in like they literally oh yeah, remember the original Mortal Kombat theme song? Here it is. Oh, Scorpion, get over here. Screw it, we're just gonna throw the video game sound effect in there. We're just gonna use that. And then they even threw in at the end of the trailer they put the actual finish him from the trailer. Or not sorry, the trailer, but from the actual game. Like they're just like the Street Fighter trailer was doing that. Like they would use the sound effect, like perfect, or what was the other one? That's like a common KO or whatever. Or even thought it was cool, like when you like the white gi Ryu wearing the white gi, he's like Hadouken. It was like I'm pretty sure he fired a freaking fireball. It was kind of pretty cool, but I don't know.
And I said, all I know is again through Reddit, through like when the movie started, Reddit thoughts, and someone posted like Cammy's going cheeks out. I don't know about her. I guess I never really played the game enough to find out. I didn't think she was like supposed to be a bad guy. She gets Street Fighter 2.
No,
or whichever one whichever one.
Well, she was in the original Street Fighter, the blonde that was with Kyle the entire time. I know. I'm
the front door with the pink. Wow, no, I'm not talking about in. Because in
I honestly don't. I tell you, I the last Street Fighter game.
I like some kind of British.
Yeah, the last game that I played, Street Fighter 2 Turbo, back in the Super Nintendo, and then I just recently started playing Street Fighter 6. And I'm playing the campaign mode, so you basically make your own character. I trained by everybody.
I did like that. What's it here about your thigh?
Oh, right.
And then trying to do it. Bitch, please.
Hopefully it's like not too over the top and dumb and ridiculous, but
we both know there's no way they're gonna top the Raul Julia again. But
Or the Jackie Chan Chung Lee.
What?
Yeah, there's Jackie Chan dressed up as Chung Lee, but
Oh,
like a skit sometimes. Everybody's like, "That's my Chung," because he can actually do all those moves. But
but
no,
maybe not so much nowadays.
probably
But,
not now. I think he's like 60 something.
hey Google, how old is Jackie Chan? Old enough.
Just look it and tell you that. Okay. Notable
I've been
that's
seeing.
coming out, or
I've
there's
been
a Resident Evil movie. Maybe we'll get somebody to listen. We'll get a viewer. If we tell them, hey, we talked about Resident Evil. He'll be like, oh, you did? What is it? I'll have to listen. Yeah, we shit on it. We just shit on it. Yeah. No, you were talking. So I watched the first two original Resident Evil movies. Whichever one was in the desert. That was like the Mad Max one. All was.
Sorry, I was thinking of Silent Hill for some.
I got Resident Evil.
There's also, well, technically a third one, but not really.
Not really. Yeah. And then what is it? I watched the Welcome to Raccoon City, and I thought it was fine. The only thing that I thought, did you watch that one? The Welcome to Reboot. It was a Welcome to Raccoon City.
Future in the Past thing?
No, that's
Oh.
the TV show.
No,
The TV show is just called Resident Evil.
No.
No, Raccoon City. Resident Evil Welcome to Raccoon City. That one was an adaptation of the first game because they go to the mansion. There was also an adaptation of the second game, because the second game is when cause the first game is Jill and Chris, and then in the second game, Claire comes to town and runs into Leon, who's a rookie cop, and they do this thing. They're basically, I think it's a couple days after the events of the first game, but they're in the city dealing stuff, whereas the first game obviously 100% in the mansion. And the movie tries to adapt both of them, so it feels like two kind of movies in one. And so like when you get to the end, it just kind of like feels like kind of matchy. And they kind of made Leon's character a real doofus in the entire movie until the very end when he does a heroic thing. Oh, he's fast now. I'm like, where'd that come from? It was kind of weird. No, the TV show, which you said you only watched, 20 minutes of it?
Maybe.
So I've gotten through 3 episodes, and I think halfway through the 4th episode, and it is terrible. I could see why. Now, if it was just the stuff in the past, like dealing with the 2 girls, if it was just that and didn't even bother to show you the future stuff, that's fine. But like when the future stuff happens, my phone comes out.
I wonder if somewhere like online, be it through YouTube or somewhere, someone actually has it,
like a cut.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the future stuff is supposed to play into the story because, like, in the third, I think it was like the episode, they're looking for her, the one sister, and the African American sister. One is African American, the other one's like a Chinese American. Anyways, they say that we're looking for your sister's looking for you, which is cool. But then in that same episode, they also, or the episode before that, or it might have been the same episode, the sister in question got bitten by a dog that was infected with T-virus. And I'm like, well, she's dead, right? But if she's still alive, the only thing I can think of is she must be immune to it. And I'm thinking that must be why the company's after her, because they must be somehow immune to the T-virus. And they're like, they need them to figure out the cure or how to contain the T-virus. And I think what was it, the T-virus? I think the other one was like, but anyways, SC will probably correct me. Anyways, so we did see the trailer for the new Resident Evil, and I don't know if you've heard me in the theater, but when the trailer started playing, like, this should be Resident Evil, and then the title card came up, and I was like, motherfucker, it's gonna be dumb, fun movie to watch, but the zombies killing everybody.
I know, like, people still play it, they still kind of do that stuff, but
a story? Oh, Resident Evil does have a story, like the games. Oh, that's what we've been arguing about. That's what we've been arguing about all week, or last week too, when you weren't at work. But that's what we've been arguing about, because we're not arguing, we've been talking about, because like George Romero actually wrote a script for it, and it was very faithful to the game. But for whatever reason, the studio that had the movie rights, they're like, we don't want to do this, and so it never got made. And then they ended up eventually doing the one that came out with, I think her name was, I think it was Alice or whatever.
First one was fine. Second one was okay, and after that, I'm like,
Just throw whatever on the wall, whatever. Yeah. Oh, this looks like it'll be fun. Let's do this. And then I think I think it was because I watched a retrospective on, so I from that I know like what happened. But for whatever reason, in the fifth one, I think they introduce all the characters from the game. Like they bring in Leon, they bring in Jill, they bring on like Ada, they bring her into it, they bring Claire into it, they bring all the characters from the game with Alice, right? And then in the next movie, they're just except for
you're talking about, Jill. The second one when they bring in Nemesis, what his name was?
Nemesis, yeah. The second one, and then yeah, they eventually brought in all the characters, and the only one they kept was Jill, because then they mind control her, which I think is accurate to the game. They actually did do that in the game. She got like this thing on her chest that was like they're like pulling their mind into it.
All I remember is like a weird ass like.
Oh, and then Whisker. They also have brought Whisker into it too.
The second movie, they had her kind of basically like doing like one of like the motions she does in the game. It's like really weird. Like, people on a corner or something like that.
Yeah. So yeah, I would say Mortal Kombat 2 is probably the best video game adaptation we've got, because I think they figured it out. They figured out how to take elements from the game and put it in the movie, but not make it like stupid. Like the whole like when Johnny Cage is like fighting Katana and he's like, finish him, and Katana looks at him because like she's, we know as the audience that she's been working for Earthbound the entire time. And I kind of had a feeling she was, especially from the beginning when her father gave her the thing and said, if you ever need help, go to not gonna. And then of course she's gonna be pissed that her father was killed by Shao Kahn, and her mother was enslaved when he took over. So I'm pretty sure she's not on their team. But yeah, the one thing that kind of threw me off was the continuity, because like when everybody was like fighting. So, and there was an interesting thing when you said like Easter egg. So every time a Mortal Kombat fight started, there was a gong, which is in the game. Like every time a fight starts in the game, there's a gong in the game. Which would have been cool if they somehow figured out how to do that, like to say fight. And every I probably would have said that in every single fight in the movie, right at the beginning of the fight. So at the end there, they were technically trying to get the amulet, right? And so destroy it, right? So because they felt Shao Kahn would lose his power. So Shao Kahn fought Liu Kang, but they weren't chosen to fight. And then he got stabbed, and then he was like, "Oh, I realized I'm not the chosen one." And he
he said something basically as it was not his
time,
not his fight to fight or to basically free.
Yeah, and like people have speculated that they're probably also tying in. Oh, because in the video, I don't know if you ever played Mortal Kombat 11 or whatever, but in the video game, because there's time travel for combat. They basically where Raiden ends up, everybody dies or some stuff, and they lose, and Raiden sends his memories back into the past. So this is what you need to don't do this, so it goes well, and so everything's going well. But then it gets to a point where like Sonya Blade dies trying to save everybody, and then Chronica, who's like the Titan of Time, because after Shinnok is defeated, she comes in and she's like, I'm just gonna reset everything and do my way. She comes in, and as she comes in, that's when Raiden gets his memories of the future, and all of a sudden she starts merging the realms, like all the realms and all time together. So Johnny Cage, Sonya Blade, Jax, Scorpion, like the original Scorpion. And at this point in the timeline, Scorpion been restored, so he's no longer like the Hell Scorpion. He's now, what's his name now? Like his actual name. It's a Japanese name. I can't remember. But anyways, like he's normal, and then Sub-Zero's brother, right? And they are friends now, and they're like trying to build the Lin Kuei and stuff back up, because the Lin Kuei was turned into, like, that's where Cyrax, like all those robots come from, because they were turned into Cyber Lin Kuei. And but then Scorpion shows up, like Scorpion shows up, and they all like the timelines merge together. So Johnny Cage sees his older self, and Johnny Cage sees his younger self, and then like Sonya sees like Cassie, because Cassie's like their daughter, right? Because Sonya Blade get together or whatever. But anyways, they get to the end, and then of course Raiden, Katana, and I think Jade are all red. They're dead. Like they were killed. They died and they got brought back by Chun Chi. Were brought back to life, and they're working for the bad guys. And at the end of the game, you fight Chronica, and Raiden realizes that he has to sacrifice himself, so he sacrifices himself and then gives his power to Liu Kang, and Liu Kang becomes the new protector of Earthrealm, but he becomes the lightning and fire. So he has lightning. So then you have to fight Chronica as that version of Liu Kang, and then when Liu Kang beats her, he resets the timeline, and that will be Mortal Kombat 1 that just came out, which I haven't played yet. That's why Mortal Kombat 1 was called Mortal Kombat 1, because it starts over. So Raiden's not in the game. Like, so now it's Liu Kang who's and everybody's different. Like, everybody's different. Like, Scorpion is like different, Sub-Zero's different. I think Sub-Zero actually became somebody different. They didn't actually become Sub-Zero because they're different. I haven't played it, but I can tell you. And then there's a DLC where Shang Tsung, there's like a little thing with Shang Tsung in them, and Liu Kang, knowing Shang Tsung, tricks him to go back in time and steal Chronica, because he's the one who actually created her crown or whatever, like to control time. And so he goes, and then he becomes the villain. And he beat Chronica, and then he takes her crown, and then he becomes the keeper of time. Then you have to fight Shang Tsung again. And it's kind of like a full circle thing, because the first game you had to fight Shang Tsung to win the tournament in the first game, and then the last game, which is technically the end of the story, you have to fight Shang Tsung. Like, it's Liu Kang versus Shang. And then the Mortal Kombat 1 is supposed to be a reboot because of game. But I think that's what they're doing. I think that's what they might do with Liu Kang, since he kind of it looked like he didn't die. He went up into the sky and fireball. Yeah, like as he was, I can't remember now if he said it's not my time, or I see I'm not the chosen one, or it's not my time to shine. I didn't think that was counting as a fight, so that kind of threw me off. And then so do you think Shao Kahn's gonna come back? Well, because in the game Shao Kahn lost the first tournament. So in the game, the 10th Mortal Kombat, they win the tournament. Shao Kahn gets pissed off. He immediately initiates another tournament. He loses again. They lose again. He gets pissed off and he says, "Screw it! I'm just going to invade Earthrealm." Like, against the Elder Gods. He's like, "I'm just going to invade." So that's Mortal Kombat 3, and then you defeat him again. And I think you do kill him at that point. And then Shinnok comes in, and that's Mortal Kombat 4 and 5. And then Deadly Alliance is when Quan Chi come in with Shang Tsung, and they make the alliance, and then they end it. I think that's actually where Liu Kang actually gets killed. I think he's brought back as a rep. And then they also bring Kung Lao back, because Kung Lao is technically, he was killed in the second Mortal Kombat tournament, so he's like Liu Kang's ancestor. So it was kind of weird they were together in the movie.
As far as
in
Liu
the
Kang,
lore, he's supposed to be in the past.
As far as Liu Kang, he said he was I can't find an actual quote.
Oh, from the movie?
What he said.
Oh, right. Oh, here's a little Easter egg that you might not know.
But anyway,
do you know you've seen him in he was the Black Ranger?
Oh,
I think it was pretty cool. Oh yeah, no, guy from Stranger Things was in that too. He's the Red Ranger.
Oh yeah.
Yep. And then,
funny enough, he did not play Billy in Stranger Things. Oh, sorry, Billy was the Blue Ranger.
But anyways.
No, but anyway, this thing said he basically became, left that realm, and became a fire god. But he also said that he was going to go look for Liu Kang's soul. Or not.
Kung Lao.
Kung Lao.
Well, yeah. Dude, that was the best fight. Dude.
Oh, yes.
Holy crap. I was like, how the fatality is going to happen? Crap! But he grabbed it. Which one do you think was better, that one or the one he did in the first movie? When he rode the chick into the blade. Like, come on, that's how you do that. That's how you bring in game mechanics. It wasn't really a flawless victory.
It was one of those hits, so that wasn't flawless.
Well, flawless victory is like, you didn't fall in the fight, I guess. But in the game, it was you didn't take it.
But no,
oh, that was the Cole Young would come back as Air Max. Another thing that I heard people say.
Well, yeah,
that'd be cool if he came back. I think it would work because he kind of has like the suit thing going on. So
how he basically you could have easily won. But
I think he would have won that fight.
No, but
if it wasn't for the
thing was people he did. The article I was reading, they did say he wasn't very.
People hated him.
it's one of those things where, again, I knew enough about the game, a bit of the lore that I didn't need, his character
To mansplain it to you,
Yeah.
basically. Yeah, that's what they did, basically.
But no,
you know what's
it's
crazy? He's an actual martial artist, like in real life, which sucks because
yeah. You also know
You
he's in Cobra Kai.
oh, he's the freaking villain, the
Because he-
sensei who was like all
I don't-
over his face, right? Is that? Oh my god, you're right. What is that?
The thing is, I don't know.
But he's such a different character, dude.
Yeah.
Holy crap! Because I remember he said they no, he was in the second to last, season. The sensei
He was
because the one he was like telling the one kid to do it. He finally was like, no, I'm not going to do it. He was like, and then I think he had to fight Johnny Lawrence. Like they had a great fight. He was either in the fourth season, the final season, or the season before that. But, yeah, holy crap, that is him.
Yep.
Wow.
Only the British accent in just for something different, or if he actually is British. I don't.
Interview with Tom Holland. He's doing an interview with that guy, and he's like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "What? Why are you listening to me British?" Because I am British. He's like, "No, Spider-Man's American." He's like, "I put on an American accent when I played for gags or whatever, but it was like really funny." But I think it was the actor who plays House. I don't know if you ever watched that
Yes,
show.
I know the show.
That guy, his name said just the British to me, but I saw an interview
Here's
with
the
him,
funny thing.
and he was talking. I was like, "He's British." What the? Holy
I-
shit, he's British too. And it's like when you hear him talk in the interview, you're like, "The fuck."
I think him. That's the reason I think he kind of got the shows over because same thing with Andrew Lincoln from Walking Dead.
Too. See, Cumberbatch though, he doesn't sound too British. He's British, but he doesn't sound as like when he does Doctor Strange. It's another like other movies where he has to do like American accent. It doesn't really. It's weird with him. I don't see the difference. I mean, I do, but it's not as jarring as like when I first heard Christian Bale talk. I think I had just seen Batman or whatever, and I think that was the first movie I had seen him in. No, I'd seen him in American Psycho. Was it American Psycho? Yeah. Or was a remake, anyways, of the I think that was the first one I saw him in, and then I saw Batman, and then I saw then when I think The Dark Knight was coming out, he did an interview and he was talking British. And I'm like, what? I think Tom Hardy, whatever. Oh, okay. Since we both watched it, we couldn't talk about a Punisher one kill. Punisher one last kill.
Why the outfit at the end so different than in brand new? No, someone on Reddit was like asking like why is this like so different? And like people going like
because one's rated one's TVMA and one's rated PG-13.
No, he still has a skull on there, but no, they're like asking like does he have like did he get faded because like and people like well, that's like one thing in the movie nobody's gonna care about
Well, it depends on how much time passed between this and that and his appearance there.
Well, like the fact that like dude probably has like several.
Well, I think as someone pointed out, that he repainted because I think it's the same Dusty words when he has the French coat, but it's faded.
No, but what I'm saying is the fact that people are like he probably has several that he does that with, and I mean, you're like sometimes you're like, oh no, yeah, I might want to lie beginning. No, you had something need to happen to you, dude. Something needs to happen to you, and
and
hats off to you, Frank Castle.
That I watched a couple videos after I watched it. Where so Karen shows up.
Hoodie. Yeah, I read it, but he has the same hoodie as his wife.
And I should and like when she's like she started basically saying what his wife would say, and I don't know that's what the conversation. I'm sure it was a conversation that actually probably happened, or it's just being over drama. In his mind, it's being over dramatic. Where she's like, you got back home, you just can't wait to go back out there, can you? Like the whole thing, like you didn't actually care about your family, you just wanted to be out there.
No, it's just the whole thing. To me, I'm not gonna lie, it was sad.
He was like, "Are you really here?" He was like, "Are you really here?" And she's like, "I'm here. I'm always here." And I was like, "Oh, okay. She's actually here." And then when it cut, fuck.
No, because
I would lose my mind.
Being surrounded by like his, former or other Marines.
The one guy I think was in Punisher season 1. I think he died. He died in season. Jigsaw killed him.
Oh, season.
No, he was in season. No, he was in season 1. But at the end of season 1, he kills him because he finds out that he remember. So the one, they were all part of the same regiment, and the one, I can't remember the actor, but the one who showed up more than once, that was like, hey, what are you gonna do, Marine? What's your mission now, Marine? Like he was the one. He was like
Wait, what's
counselor.
no?
He was a counselor. He was counseling.
Counseling the other one.
And then the other guy was his best friend. Jigsaw was his best friend, and then he found out he was also in on the shit that was going on that caused his family to get killed. So then they had that fight at the end, and he actually kills him, but he survived, and then he comes back as Jigsaw. Oh no, he has memory loss in season 2, and then he's Jigsaw, and then he really kills him at the end.
Did you know that Benjamin Grimm was in season 2 of Punisher? He was microchip. He was the microchip.
Oh, right. He was yeah, you're right. Because he was like, he was like the sidekick.
Yeah, he was basically the guy who gave him the Frank Steiner character.
I know that at one point they parted ways because he got pissed. But this is too much.
No, I don't.
Yeah, I think the third season was the most disconnected Punisher one.
I think there's only 2 seasons.
No, it's 3.
Oh, the third one, like back when he was just
because he was just traveled away, and it wasn't in New York, and then he ended up meeting this girl at a bar, and then a whole bar fight broke out over some stuff, and then he ended up getting pulled back in. But I think he very rarely wore the Punisher like outfit. I think that was the biggest thing where no, the PTSD. I think that is the best representation of PTSD in film that I've seen. Like he nailed it, and I was like, what was the thing that he said in Punish Born Again season 2? When he said they couldn't hear, when he was talking about Foggy? No, it was season 1. When he was talking about Foggy to Daredevil, or to Matt, when he's like, get him, Daddy. I was like, yeah, get him. Like, get all of them. Like, from that. That's heartbreak. Heartbreak.
Again, that ain't all it took for me.
God, he was over. Boom. And you know what's funny? I was like, right in the beginning, I was like, dude, don't do this. Don't kill it off. We've already pulled most of it out. I was like, oh, God. What was in the first, 5 minutes? Like, I was like, dude, that dude better get his. He better get it. Like, no, we're not doing this right now. We are not doing this right now. So I want to ask you this. I think I might have mentioned it to you. So do you remember the Thomas Jane one, right? You remember at the end of the movie, he pulled a gun and he was going to take himself out because he completed his mission. His whole reasoning for staying alive was to revenge the death of his family, and now it's time to join. Now it's time to join his family.
For that, for Brandon Day.
And then so in this one, they did the same thing.
Oh,
and I think that's when
it was 3D print. I was like, come on, man.
Oh, I know. I saw that. Yeah, I remember being like, I literally the same day you sent me that picture, it popped up on my on an ad. Or you can just buy one for $89. Already paid it with like these sounds. It's probably too small. You know what I mean? Like I thought I couldn't. Unless it has like extension or like no. So I took it as like in the movie, like the original Punisher. Well, not the original Punisher because there's another one, Self-Punk. When he went to take himself out and he heard his wife and she was like kind of like, no, it's not your time. You can save other people. You know, it's kind of like I think I don't know if you want to go Gargantos, you can get in overnight. It's $30. Yeah, $30. Even with 20% discount, he offered it. No, that wasn't that figure. That was when you bought that you bitched about. Like, you pay like a curious. Like, cause I know they have to get it from someone. It's not like Target gets it from Hasbro themselves. So they get it from a distributor that got it from Hasbro. Like they make some money on it, but the thing too is that Target can afford to sell those. I could get those tend to be Cyclops where the wires around my neck. And right, like Target, Walmart, even Kmart. When they were around Toys R Us, they could afford to sell figures with like a profit of like a $2 a figure, or even less than that, because their volume is so high. They're selling thousands of figures for a local comic store. You might sell one, and you're sitting on it for how many months before you sell it? So like you have to have a high price to kind of make your, I don't know. Like I have a plan in my head. If I was going to open up a collectible store, and I would be moving products. I would not have stuff sitting on the shelf because I don't know if you ever heard of Toy Federation. They have a YouTube channel where most of the videos are just people coming in and here's my collection, I want to sell it, and they just kind of go through it and they show like how they price it and And I think there was, I don't know if it was Pixel Dan or was somebody like Pixel Dan that did like a, and like walked his entire back room. And he's like, he has like back stock and back stock.
Well,
And he was explaining how it's really difficult, and then he gets people coming from all the time asking him, like, hey, can you got any advice for me to open up a collectible store? And his clients is always like, don't. And it's not because, like, he doesn't want to do the competition. He wants, competition's always great. But he said, like, it's just a really hard business to be in because you always have to be getting, you always have to have cash flow moving because the problem is that if somebody comes into your store and they, oh wow, this, like, the first time they come in your store, it's really cool. But by the third time they come to your store, they're seeing the same stuff. They're not going to come back.
no,
So you want to, you got to have that flow.
I think it was Pixel Dan. We toured the store maybe once or twice. And then because there's like times they let him go in their back room, like they would have like, okay,
I don't think it was Pixel Dan, the one that I saw, but yeah, they went through the other.
no, because he actually
other store basically the back room.
Because he has actually gone to his house and he's like showed him his personal collection. Like he has like Legos where he actually has Shuttle Tydirium, the Lego store, and like people might say, oh, totes of junk. Well, here's the thing. Like, it's okay. Let's say you were to walk in the store. Hey, I've got this Optimus Prime and this Megatron, but they're missing stuff. They'll give you whatever price they give you, but they'll have in their back room like
the parts probably
bring them in like like they'll have like several Playmate turtle vans with like various missing pieces, and then they will piece one together.
It showed like this the tote that has nothing but the Sky Fighter from G.I. Joe. And like they just put one, complete it, and they put So I mean that's the reality of running a toy store. So I mean I get it. You have to, your margins are small and you have to make your money where you make your money. I think I would just try to move stuff, as quickly as possible. But I guess it depends on what ends up. Like his store is, like, I feel like Starfighter is all new stuff, or like stuff that's kind of newish.
Yeah, you do have some older stuff. I'm sure someone brought it, but it's one of those things that are like, no,
you're gonna get. You can probably still get it on Amazon.
No, because I've seen they have some like I think I use some Power of the Force Star Wars figures, and those may not be going for much. But
so yeah, well, speaking of eBay, since I know you're not into like Power Rangers. I did find a store, like an eBay seller, I should say. I bought a couple things from him because I was like, I was just looking, and this happened to all be from his store that I was like, oh, okay. And then the thing about it is the shipping was kind of high. Like each figure, like shipping like 20, right? But it also includes in his listing that includes tariff. So I don't have to worry. It's just going to show up. I don't have to worry about it. But you know what? And I was like, and then when I sent him to buy, I think I bought 5 or 6 figures to complete one of my Sentai shelves, and he responded back. He said, "Hey, let me know when you're buying multiple pieces because I can reduce the shipping." So then, and then he gave me a refund, so I only ended up paying I think the shipping was like 120, and he ended up only having to pay like 50 because And then I bought some, like looking, I was like, "Well, he has the stuff, and the prices are pretty decent," so I bought him again. I bought him again. And so I pretty much bought all my Sentai, like finishing off sets and just starting a whole, like, oh, I want to get, I never bought this. I have the money at the time and couldn't buy it, so I just like bought it. And he's like, and then he asked me, he was like, is there anything else you're looking for? Like, cause I bought like a couple figures. And he said, oh, are you looking? And I said, well, but not right now because I have like a process that I go through. Out of curiosity, what's your process? And I was like, well, I get them, I do an unboxing video. I do that for 2 reasons: to make sure it was shipped properly, so I have video footage proof that something was missing. And I said I don't do that. I do that with everybody. I do everything I buy. I always do a video, even if I don't post it, just so I have proof that hey, it's actually missing parts. He's like, oh, you have a YouTube channel? And I was like, yeah, I do. He's like, what's your YouTube channel? I was like, it's the same name. Because I use Majin Planet for, like, I don't have to video. Like, it's all my, like, everything is. Can't have a Facebook page because I have to have a Facebook account to have a Facebook page.
And the truth shall set you free. No, it's like I buy stuff on eBay. I try to do the whole buy it now.
What was the Punisher you bought, right? The Punisher head?
No,
let's get into it. We're potting now. Let's get into that.
No, I just
gotta tell the story.
I know I've talked about it and I throw his name around a lot, but I always love watching
The
like
meme?
no.
Oh.
Someone who actually I have respect for.
Okay, cool there.
No, I have respect for him too, but no, Robo don't know. I watch his playdate videos where he'll talk about painting up a figure where he had taken the Secret Wars Iceman and he used the Mr. something super whatever matte paint and so basically he was Iceman was clear but kind of gave him like a frosted look and cool. I'm not one of those people that does that, but I could do that. No, but basically, yeah, he'll do customs. He'll buy figures just to tear them apart and use pieces. No, but anyways, he was talking about the Daredevil and Punisher from Brand New Day, right? No, Born Again. Sorry.
Born Again. I mean, technically, Daredevil was there, Brent. He's technically in the city.
Oh, did you know in season 2, like the whole deity on his costume and like this stuff is actually his red costume? That stuff wearing the red wearing off.
Oh yeah. No, he painted the suit black, and then put the DD on there.
No, but basically,
but yeah, his costume's starting to peel off now.
Anyways, I like actually 3D.
I've done that. I've seen videos of people giving him like the helmet.
You know, the Marvel Legends one that Hasbro actually made actually does appear in the show. One of the people in the crowd.
Anyway, I mean, your eBay fiasco.
No, so anyways, I was watching Robo doing a play date unboxing. I love the way the boxes it. So, his knife cuts the tape. He rips the figure out. Throws, then he throws the box and he like throws like
Don't do that.
No, then he just kind of has fun, taking out the package and like playing with it. And he says, he goes, again, like everyone else, had issues with the eyebrows. I didn't really care the hair because I mean, I'm sorry, I don't care. Frank Castle be from Jersey, I don't care. That hair was the eyebrows made him look sad.
No.
And so I was like, and so he said he actually took from a Mezco 112 scale. So remember 112 because
it'll come back to haunt them later.
Only temporarily. But anyway, the person that was kind enough was going to send it back. Get it back is it's one of those things where once it leaves the States, I don't know if it's going to get to them or not. Anyways.
Right, yeah.
No, but I wasn't going to buy. I know but just as like a fun thing that changed 3 months. No, but for whatever reason, it was,
you bought a Hot Toy size.
I bought a 1/6 scale. I don't know.
Which is Hot Toy.
Anyways.
Was it that size, the Captain Marvel? Was it that size?
Sitting at home. No.
He has a head just sitting in a cubby at home, folks.
Still in the plastic bag.
Still in the plastic
bag.
No,
but I like what we did here. Basically, like, okay, well, we popped the Mezco head off. That they go, hold on. So basically, I had to, or that Punisher is just the head and it on a ball joint, the neck's on a. I had to pop the neck out too, and put the Mezco head and neck in it. So the head, you can move it by the neck and move it look down. But so I'm actually thinking about getting the other Punisher, which is one of those things like great. So I have this one that I bought a head for to put on it. It has a blue tack to keep it on. But anyway, and I actually did customize the figure. But my niece painted the head because I'm the most people I would probably tell you if I did it, I probably screwed up. Or if I did it, anyways, so I'm like looking on eBay, right? John, what's the guy's name? So if you're actually sorry, John.
Oh, you got to do it how you did it at work. Do it at work.
John, I think. Anyways, so I was like looking up, Punisher, action figure head. And for whatever reason, it was decent. It wasn't too bad of a price, like maybe $20. Shipping wasn't super terrible, or I might even have shipping including. And for whatever reason, my brain was checking out the box. Like, oh yeah, that's the size I need. Let's do this. And it wasn't until after, no, you know what? I don't until like the day I actually got it. Because then I looked at it, and my brain was telling me this is what you're looking for. It's for I think 6-inch figure. 6. There's a 6 there. That's what you're looking for.
Don't worry. I get 1/6, 12 scale, 1/16 scale.
And all of a
the
sudden,
only one I don't get wrong is 1-for-1. That's the only one you don't get wrong. That is a 1-for-1 scale.
1 for all.
Oh my god.
No, anything to watch the stupid future episode or. No, anyways,
Wait, you haven't finished My Hero?
No, because I would have been hell of a lot farther had I realized I'd watched them on Cartoon Network.
Damn,
like,
I watched it like 3 times the whole thing already.
No, I was watching like the 6th season because like for whatever reason
I'll probably watch it again.
Hulu wasn't getting them fast enough, but also for some reason or Adult Swim because
The dub version. The 6, I switched to the sub and just didn't look back.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go back and rewatch it all in dub. But.
no, but anyway, one of the things were anyways.
Wow! The Pitchforks are coming out. What was he? Like, I'm just Super Saiyan.
No, but anyway, I said my brain was checking off, and it wasn't until I got it. I looked at it like, oh no, and like the person like wanted like, yeah, I got it. And my brain didn't quite register that it was for a 1/6 figure. I was looking for a 1/12 scale for a 6-inch figure. That's 6. That's 6. That's what you're looking for. You want that one. That's what you want. Like I said, price wasn't horrible. And he said, well, I'm sorry. Like basically, he offered something. I don't know if it was like more 10% or more. He offered me for.
Oh, to buy the size you needed.
Well, no, for a game a coupon basically to get.
Oh, to get something else.
Yeah. It's one of those things like oh, cool, thank you. It's all my fault. But like I said, that time I think I told you I was trying to do my Reign of Superman McFarlane figures. I bought the new
Superboy, right?
Yeah, the new 52 Cyborg, which I now got rid of because I got the red suit version. It's one of those things I don't Reign I don't have the right Superman. Even though now McFarlane has done the one with the longer hair, I'm not gonna spend $60 just for
$60.
Well, it's a black suit Superman with I believe his name is Mongol.
Oh yeah.
And I don't give a fuck about that guy.
That's why he's a two.
For listening to this, I use potty in mouth. I am a sailor. If no one got that, that was a Popeye. So no, anyways, so I have a steel that's actually a Reign of Superman. I now have the right body for Eradicator. It's just he's in like a red suit from another comic that I never read, won't ever read, and don't care. You're thinking, well, could you not try to paint it? No, I make my youngest niece do it.
Should be a shirt. Am I gonna paint it? No, I will not.
No, because they basically it's difficult. But I think one thing I thought, you know what, screw it, because I bought him at Target for $12.50. And that figure's going for a good amount on eBay and stuff. Or at least people on Reddit told me because I was pretty popular. Then they go, ooh,
yeah. And they Titan class figure for $40.
Yeah, I go to Ross and I find squat.
Wow, we did that. Well, we did find a lot of stolen stuff though.
Yes,
it's kind of funny. I was like, who steals this? Like, ooh.
I'm sorry if you can't afford the $5.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if they're actually $5, but anyways, the Superboy steal. I had the new 52 Eradicator, but since I got the new one,
what was wrong with Superboy? Like, why didn't it fit the question?
Well, here's the thing. I showed it on the. I don't know if it was action figure, but it actually did the McFarlane, where the person stated on their thing. Now, I will say this: the pictures were accurate to what the figure was. I got the figure. It was that figure. They showed me a McFarlane box, and then I got the wrong. No. So I just said a loose figure, but they said it was McFarlane Superboy. However, I got it. I don't think that scales right. And I had it was because I ordered it from eBay too. No, I ordered wasn't the Eradicator. I bought him in Target or something. It was the Eradicator, which I found out after I bought them. Then I went back to eBay and bought the right Superboy, still loose. That there was the person was local, but I know they've been to the local con we have, SuperCon. They've been there for years. And also I looked, they had like the figures for like $15 ago. But it's one of those things where it's like I didn't know they were gonna have them because if I thought, will they be back? Will they have them? It's whatever.
I've got another story. I've got another one I want to bring up. I'll bring up next episode.
Anyways, I had bought
another mishap.
There's
a lot of them actually.
Anyways, I had looked at the figure, and then I said, okay, I got the Eradicator. I think, yeah, it wasn't even close. So I actually did a Google Lens search, and it brought back that it was a DC Direct Superboy.
That's funny.
And
he's smaller too, right?
It was actually
they're like a weird.
Well, basically, yeah, DC Direct. It was like a 6-inch line. But basically, it was fitting with my Marvel, whatever. But I found out later on that they actually did do the Reign of Superman one as a page part.
That's the one thing with Mattel. Mattel, right? Got the DC license. Yeah. Is like, I mean, I've pretty much collected all the DC figures that I want. Now, there's a couple DC figures you've given me that I've packed away right now, but I don't have anywhere to display them. Sometimes I rotate stuff out and everything.
If you want, I think since I already have like the other Bane that I bought at Starfighter a couple years back, still in the box.
It might be in a tote.
No, but anyway, if you want, I will give you the Batman. I don't know if I didn't give you the.
You gave me the Batman, the Golden Batman, which was stupid. The Golden one, it was from the Dark Knight Metal series, or the Bat. You know what I mean? And it has the golden wings. Like it plugs in the back, and like I had it display without the wings, and then I displayed it with the wings, and then I came home from work one day and it was on the floor, and it broke, and I was like, oh, I thought maybe the cat jumped up on there and like knocked it over, so I was like, I had a camera in the bedroom at the time, like so like when I was gone, I could check up on her, right? And it was in recording, maybe hours before the wife did, and I was like watching it. So
anyway,
those stands suck. Those DC stands suck.
No, so anyway, I think if you want it, I will give you the Bane and then like the Scarecrow. They made the Scarecrow figure, the actual figure that came with a Bane. Anyway, because I will finish. So basically, I hate the person said it was McFarlane, and so I just sent it back. Again, the figure was what it was pictured. The only thing I said is like when I reached for return, it said that it was stated to be a McFarlane figure. It was not. It
needs to be like a.
And I looked. I think I looked again through my purchase history. And
I noticed that with eBay sellers.
The person said that I should have. One of the people that commented that I should have still reported it. And I'm like, I don't want to. It's an honest mistake, but it's one of those things are made.
Like they're not an actual toy.
No, but anyway, I want to quick my the Bane thing. I think I gave you the Batman.
Well, I have one bat. I have
because he was in a
golden
white
suit, right?
No, the one that was like the straight jacket. I don't think I was wearing a straight jacket. That from my anyway.
I don't think I did. So like I put all my DC stuff together.
No, but anyway, so I'd gotten the Bane Build-A-Figure pieced together for whatever reason. One of the legs or something wouldn't pop in. So I saw on Twitter someone had McFarlane. They got my back. I told them that it wouldn't fit together. They sent me one, and then I asked the guy. I go, what did you have to do? For whatever reason, the person just deleted the post.
Oh, okay.
And
or their account got deleted. I think sometimes on Reddit their account gets deleted.
Oh no, it wasn't Reddit. It was actually on Twitter. Like he said that yeah, McFarlane had sent him like a whole new one.
Then McFarlane was like, "Don't tell people that."
No, because I reached out to him. I go, they say, well, if you can just take us, pictures. I took pictures and emailed them back, and then they go, okay, well, we'll send you another one. We'll send you one, except for the head was actually broke when it shipped. So I go, well, yeah, I got the other one. And say, well, we're out of stock right now, but we will send you another one. And the other one that they sent me, I don't know if I still have the one with the broken head, but I know I got at least two of them.
So the eBay thing is interesting. So like I said, like I always have to be careful because when I'm buying like Super Sentai figures, like so the only Power Ranger figures that I would actually from like the US Power Ranger would be the Megazord. Because trying to get Daisugen, yeah, I'm not paying $12 because that's expensive. Even like the US version's even getting up there now. But there's the Legacy versions, which I was like, okay, there's some like I don't know if I told you I saw one that was like Legacy version for like $1,000. I was like, I could finance it, and then pay it off, in a couple installments, right? But then I saw the shipping was $500. Like, no.
See that or
$1,500? I don't think so. We're not doing that today.
Well, first I think I was telling my son we're looking for either Rock Band or Guitar Hero guitars.
Oh, yeah,
and I found one actually in. I don't think worth anything. Like you see, like $5 for this figure, and it's been out for like 10 years. All right, whatever. And then he's like, well, that's really cheap. And you're like, I'll pay you $100 for shipping.
Oh yeah, then it's $100 shipping. Yeah. But no. So I have for my power rate for my Daisugen right now is a Zap Megazord, which pisses me off because it's yellow.
Well, duh.
Well, here's the thing. Well, no. Why would it yellow? And I know, like it hasn't been in the sun or any kind of light shining on it. Release. I have a set of figures that came out in the same year, around the same time. I don't know if I told you my Earthrise Megatron also yellow. Only the rubbery plastic yellowed.
The Cyclonus from
my Cyclonus is starting to yellow too. Not as noticeable.
It's the plastic that was used. Nowadays they're actually getting better.
Well, it's crazy. So like, and it's not noticeable, but like when you go to Transformer, like inside joint yellow. Oh, and even like my Dino Fury, the ports, because those are like the soft rubber plastic, those all yellow too, and then they became weak, so it doesn't. So I just decided to, just get the Japanese version. The Japanese version is not as articulated as the U.S. version. That was the one thing the U.S. version did better. They were smaller,
you would think that
but they articulated.
Some of those Japanese, they got the.
It's a brick, basically. Most of the Sentai mix.
Well, no,
bricks.
but what I'm saying though is like that's the one thing like first makers do. Like they make
it's dirty.
So you're telling me that anime figure can kick its own ass? Because that's the thing that Robo does. Is when he does he does like, okay, there's a ball joint, and he goes, all right, well there's knees, and he goes swivel, and then he goes, all right, look at the foot. Oh, and then have like the heel be on their butt. Like, yep, all right.
Take his own ass. But anyways, so I have the Zap Megazord as my stand-in for Megazord, right? Even though I have that one.
He's pointing behind him.
Yeah, I'm pointing behind him too. I have the Playmates Megazord. Anyways, so but I have the Legacy. Anyways,
wait, wasn't it the movie one that
it was
the back?
Well, right there. No, so it's crazy. What's crazy about the 2017 movie is that the transformable toy, came out, and the pterodactyl is wings on the back, right? Which is cool. Okay, it can fly. That makes sense. Pterodactyl wings. Just like I don't know if you can see, it's like one of the cells back over there. I have the Lucky Cat Cube Megazord, and it has like stylized, so it has like this extra part that you would see pterodactyl that gives it like these dragon wings. So it's pretty cool. At one point, I had him doing this. So every time someone came over, I was like, "Hey, look at that!" And they look at it and they punch me. What are you punching me for? Look at it again. And they go, oh.
No, I kind of Giant Man, but at the same time, like
I did back it, and then right when it was like, oh, it refunded, and so I canceled the order, so I didn't have to pay for it.
No, it's one of those things where
I'm sure that pissed Hasbro off. Like, oh shit, we lost some.
No, I'm sure they had them in it.
Funded.
No, but
so the funding ended. When the funding ends,
no, I know that. But is there no Hasbro books?
So yeah, I have to mansplain that to you.
No,
there's a shirt. You got to mansplain this to me. But no, anyways, let me finish my thought here.
Mansplain it, you guys right there, like get a mansplain animated to me.
Oh right. So anyways, so I have the Legacy Megazord. I have the Legacy Thunder Megazord, which is a lot better than the original because like the Red Ranger Zord's head can move. So when you put the helmet on, the helmet's not actually attached to it doesn't attach to the Lion Zord or the green black. It's green in the Japanese, the Green Ranger Zord, but we made it the Black Ranger. Anyways, so it's like way more articulated. You can actually pose it than just being, like you said, standing in a straight line. And maybe the arms can go up and down. That's about it. So I was like, okay, I'm not gonna get Taurus because the Ultra Zord is stupid. You basically put the Tiger Zord inside, so you don't even need the Tiger Zord really. And then you turn the Thunder Megazord into like their like docking mode, like with the docking plate, and they just kind of attach to the sister, and that's their Ultra Zord. That was the Ultra Zord, right? So I don't need Taurus. I had Taurus. I had the original Taurus, but I don't need the Legacy. I don't think they ever actually made one. But I was like, you know what? I'll look and see if they have a Legacy Tiger Zord because they did make one. So then I could have like there's my Thunder Megazord. I can do the Thunder Megazord or the Tiger Thunder Megazord, right? So I'm looking on eBay and I find one for
was it the Thunder one where they had like the dragon?
That's because the Red Ranger turned from the T-Rex to the dragon. Yep. Because the season they used was like not Chinese Zodiac, but it was like one of those.
The Falcon was for the actual Power Rangers, the movie or whatever.
No, the Falcon Zord. Well, that was from Ninja. That was from Kaku Ranger, which was all ninja. So I'll track a little bit. What's funny about that? So in the show, like in the movie, obviously that was like their own CGI model and everything, but I think the Falcon was the most accurate looking because it's not that hard. So the U.S. version, they had the Ninja Mega, which was like the wolf, the bear, the frog, and the falcon, right? The movie, right? Okay, that was their first Zord, and then that Zord got like damaged, and they had to do Shogun, which was like the big giant. And then
Okay, I
and where they're like little
that
dudes.
they actually had like the helmet, okay,
The helmet,
the
and
flare. Okay,
yep, that's the Shogun Megazord, right? That's what we called it, right? And then like you could like the arms would come off, and then the Falcon Sword would go in the middle, and it was like then it had like 10 shoulders, and that was like the ultra. That was like that was like I think they called it the Falcon Shogun Megazord or whatever. And then of course because it's US and we have to have the Ultra Zord, and there was the Ultra Zord in that season. So then we using the toys would have Titanus and just bring down and just do like the all these wild like a bunch of flare effects to make like it was attacking the monster. Well, and then later when they did like the I think it was like a 10 episode like little mini series like the Alien Rangers, and they had like humanoid versions, but they were like they were like giant not robots, but they looked more human like. Funny enough, in the Japanese show, because I finally got around to watching it like a couple of years ago, in the Japanese series that they adapted it from, the Shogun Megazord is their first Zord, and the Falcon Zord, because there's only 5 Rangers in that show. There's no 6 Rangers, but there's 6 Zords. The Falcon Zord is a god, and it's like frozen. And when the Falcon Zord was released, and then it combined with the Shogun Zord, their ultimate Zord is the Ninja Megazord that they used. So they used the Ninja Megazord in the beginning, but in the actual footage, it's the ending Zord. I thought that was interesting that they flip flopped. But anyways, so the Tiger Zords when Tommy got the white powers, which I don't know if you know this, but I know, right? Well, he was also the Green Ranger, and he's Jewish. Isn't that funny?
I still I,
His,
can't- I,
oh,
I don't
no, no.
was it funnier guy that did that where he goes, I'm gonna make you the black man.
That was not black comedy.
No,
What's that skit show? College Humor. Is that what you said? It was College Humor where they do the thing, and you will be the Red Ranger because I'm white. No, and Tommy because I think like because you're Jewish, you'll be the Green Ranger
hey,
and the leader.
you're the yellow.
Anyways, to go back to my point, I actually bought. I was gonna buy the Tiger Thunder Zord, right? The Legacy version, right? And I'm looking at the box, and he put like, and he put released in 1995, and I go, well, the Tiger Zord was released in 1990. Oh no, sorry, 1996, right? And I was like, okay. And so then I took the image he showed me and I put it in a ChatGPT and I was like, "Can you tell me which Megazord this is?" I was like, "This is the original Tiger Zord from 1997 line." So I just messaged the guy because he had it labeled as Legacy Tiger Megazord, right? And he also had the wrong date with it. He had the date was released prior to it. So I just messaged him and said, "Hey, I want to give you a heads up. That's not the Legacy Megazord." Oh no, I know. I asked him. I said, "I didn't." I said, "Hey, I have a question for you. Is that the Legacy Megazord or is that the original Megazord or the original Tiger Megazord?" And his response was, "It's the original from that was released in 1997." And I was like, or 1990, like 96, whatever. And I just responded back, "Oh, I just want to let you know that's not the Legacy. The Legacy one was released in 2015, so that's not the right one, right?" And he's like, "Oh, thank you so much for letting me know that. I didn't know that because I'm assuming it's just some seller trying to sell some collection of stuff you got, right? It's not an actual fan or something that would actually be able to tell the difference. And then even look at the box. There's no like the boxes are the same, but they just say Legacy on it, right? And guess what? He didn't change it.
What?
He didn't change it. And then a lot of Super Sentai sellers, they actually label. They'll put like okay, so I recently I purchased a couple more of those sets for the Dino second to last season they did before Cosmic Fury. So they will list it as Power Rangers Dino Fury, and then put what Japanese show it is. But when you're wanting to list the title, but I have to actually look at it and go, is that the Japanese or is that the English? Because at some point, like when Bandai was selling them, they stopped. Originally, they were just releasing the same old, just redid it, maybe not put as many stickers on it, or not as much paint, so the cost was lower. And then they're importing it to US, and that's the same thing, right? Like I have in my cube down there, I have the Wild Force Megazord that I got Brad's collectibles in Vegas last year. I think I paid 150 for it. If I bought any of the Japanese ones, Like, because they had like that season had a whole bunch of different doors, different combinations. If I bought a Japanese one, it would connect to it because it's the exact same mold. But at one point in the Japanese or the English version, they either upscaled them or they downscaled. So they're not compatible. Like the Dino Fury ones, they're not compatible with the Japanese. So the Japanese ones are bigger. So the ports are not the same. You can't plug anything. So it's always like a gamble when I'm looking for stuff like that. I gotta make sure I'm getting the actual Japanese version, you know. Mm-hmm. But I've noticed that even like I noticed somebody was posting, I shit you not, they listed DC figures, but they said Mattel's DC. They said any figures yet, have they?
I believe them.
Not. I know I can find it, but this was obviously a McFarlane figure. Like you can tell by like why they do that.
Mattel did, I think they in the past they did do the DC Direct, and then McFarlane got that.
It's like, wait, that looks like a McFarlane figure.
About your little tiger. I do remember seeing that one time.
You did tell me.
I sent you a picture of it too.
Yeah. One of these days we need to go down.
Hey, we can do that movie tomorrow. You know.
That's what I was kind of well.
And then we just maybe
walk in there. Oh, baby.
if they had some figures I was looking for, I would.
But yeah, I think this was a great episode. I think we're gonna as we go. Since I have an actual proper setup,
I know people love it. So it's more
yeah. No, I like so when I edit these, the first thing I do is go through and read like out, and then and then I'll go through and I'll hit filter, and it'll filter out like any like filter words.
That's not real life, though.
I'll go through and I'll cut them out, all of them. It cuts a good majority of them out. Oh, here, pull it up. Hey, pull it up there. Take this. No, this is from a season called King Ogre.
I was gonna nod my head.
So, there's no video on this, so I'm explaining this stuff. I'm not mansplaining this to you. I'm just showing for this for the listeners. So in the Japanese, well, there's no American. So, each one is like representation of the Zord, right? So they all have the same Zord. They all have the same sword. So the Yellow Ranger, when she goes to do her like transformation, she would go like this. That's her thing. And then when it plays that, and then pulls the middle, it plays. It's probably not picking it up, but it says you are king because they're all kings of their nation. And then like the other one, like she would like she press that one, the same thing. Now I'm not gonna do all of them, but the Red Ranger, he does this. When he transforms, he does, and then it starts getting faster than he. So yeah, what's funny about this is I bought this, $100, Japanese, $100 pre-order. I was like, I wanted it, so I got it. Pre-order paid. I had to wait like 3 months for it. Shows up 2 months later. The full size one goes on pre-order. No. And like, yes, I would like to have the full size, like the full size one as big as that store. But I would love to have the full size one, but not for $350. Like and then it's got like there's like another piece that you buy that would attach to this. I wanted it, yeah. So,
not the Sword of Power though.
No, I wanted to get the Sword of Power, but it just looked dumb. I mean, it'd be kind of cool if somebody would just like 3D print one, since he already bought the 3D print. 3D print.
I guess for 3D print.
Oh, you said you could. Oh, yeah. It's like every time you come up with, I feel like every time somebody releases like a 3D print, like Marvel or DC or like whatever, then they just release an actual thing for it. That Cyclops thing was hilarious.
No,
that was actually the picture. Like, hey, look what I'm doing. That's cool. And then on Facebook, and then I see an ad for it.
No, I saw it on.
But yeah, I think it was a good episode. Longest episode we've ever done. So episode
11 to 12.
So if you guys would like to send us questions, like hey, or correct us, hey, you were wrong about something, or if you need to mansplain something to us,
or womansplain,
or womansplain us, or whatever.
Well, okay, we do judge, but you're not gonna know.
You can email me at webmaster@majinplanet.com, or you can just head over to majinplanet.com, contact, and you can just send a.
You may want to spell it out just in case if people don't know.
MAIJNELANE
You reach me at Magic Express.
Should buy that domain. Redirect it. Oh, shit! I can actually buy this. I'm pretty sure magicscrubber.com. But I was gonna buy mp.com just to make it like a quick redirect. Oh, it's mp.com. Yeah, I don't have. Do you have $4,000 to buy it? No. I'm always like missing it. Anyways, guys, so if you guys want to send
Pants at all, man. But you're like, oh, you have to wear pants.
and if you want to send us questions or just say a shout out, hey, if you want a shout out, Mr.
Money.
J will read it on the air.
What?
Yeah, you will.
Money.
Or you just send us money. So yeah, guys, thank you guys for listening. I almost said watching. Thank you guys for listening. Any last words, Mr. J, before you yawn? Take care, guys. Until next time.
Peace.